complacency. You know, how you just get so comfortable and you become resistant to change. Which is funny because change is literally the only constant. Something is always changing no matter what it is. And in life, I feel like it's one of the things that us humans really try to avoid the most is change. We want things to remain the same. We want things to be the way they always used to be. We want things the way that we want them, the way that we are comfortable in them, the way that we know them. We want them to stay that way because it's convenient, it's easier for us, right? We don't have to figure out how to do something new. We don't have to figure out, what steps to take or what solutions are needed now. And it's kind of like, those people who you present something to and they're like, no, but I've always been doing it this way. Because that's all they've known and that's all they've ever done. So when you present them with a new blueprint, a new idea, a new way of being, a new way of living, a new way of seeing, they like, nah, I like my old way, and they cling to it. It's kind of like people who cling to beliefs and are not open to anything outside of that belief because that belief has become their truth. That belief has become their way. That belief is their perspective. That belief is their reality, and they hold so tight to it. They have tunnel vision and they can't see shit else, right? So complacency. It's interesting to me that when we are so comfortable in our complacency, when we are so comfortable in our resistance for change, life is like, I bet, watch this. And you get hit with a curveball. You get hit with some shit that you would have never expected. You get hit with chaos or a tower moment. You get hit with like, oh, what the fuck kind of energy, right? Because it comes and it shakes things up, Shit gets real. It's like, okay, we gave you the signs and the signals, the warnings, like, hey, you need to change this. You need to get up your ass and do something different. You need to change. Change is here. Change is knocking. And you're like, nah, I'm cool. Alright. But now we about to play this game. And shit gets real. Shit hits the fan on all levels, right? And it causes you to move. It causes you to have to make that change. It causes you to go through some shit. It's kind of like when you go through your Saturn return, right? And it's like, depending on the person, because of course not everybody experiences the same thing. Some people actually have a Saturn return that's not so intense. However, it's like going through your Saturn return and it's like discovering yourself all over again, and it's like hitting rock bottom and shit's like just all over the place, or having that dark night of the soul as people call it, and it just seems like everything is falling apart and everything is going wrong, and you just like, I don't know who I am, and it's like a midlife crisis. It's change though. It's change coming to give you a brand new masterpiece, coming to paint a beautiful picture for you. I don't know why change is despised so much. Well, I do basically. It's because, like I said, we like our comforts, right? It's kind of like the comfort food that we seek, right? To, be there when one is emotional, or, maybe you had a hard day. It's like, man, I'm about to go home and eat some cookies. It's comfort. Or maybe you have that one sweater or that one shirt or a pair of shoes that you wear because they're comfortable and you don't want to buy anything else. It could have a hole in it. No, I'm going to keep it. I could just sew this hole, right? Because it's comfortable, and anything new requires you to shift. It requires you to change. And for me, 2023 was like instant year of change, like so much change. I moved from Georgia to Texas, right? I got into a relationship, which I'm still in, by the way, but I got into a relationship, so that was a huge change, adjusting to, being back in a relationship with someone, no longer being single, no longer just about me, right? And then spreading my wings and moving. And I had never been to Texas before, so it was a whole new energy, a whole new vibe, just like letting go and being free. 2023 was painted with change in big, bold red letters. And I chose red for a reason, because of the root chakra, because what I experienced in Texas was like every fear that I had just came forth. And a lot of it dealt with being secure. A lot of it dealt with financial issues. A lot of it dealt with just staying grounded in materials and, losing materialistic things, having everything stripped from me to where I was damn near butt ass naked out here on a soul level, trying to figure it out. Like, who am I? And everything that I've been working on, all this work that I said I've been putting in, is coming to test me now, right? I said I've been doing my shadow work. I'm a changed person. All right, well, life just gave me the hugest fucking picture of the sourest lemonade that you can fucking imagine. How are you gonna handle it? How are you gonna respond to it? How triggered are you truly? And Texas sat me on my ass. I was beyond triggered. Man, it was intense. The biggest change ever. And it happened so fast. When people say things can change in a New York minute, that's what my life was like. It was like everything was going great, everything was well, and then boom, it's like a monkey wrench was just thrown in the mix, right? It's like how they say, who rained on your parade, or who pissed on your cupcakes, because it was just so much happening at once, right? And then talk about change, child. 2023, I found out I was pregnant. And that's one of the biggest fucking changes ever, right? Your whole everything changes being pregnant. Everything, from my body, my mind, like my spirit, my soul. You change on so many levels. And then your life changes. Your life is changed forever having a child. So 2023 for me was like the year of change. And I was so resistant to it, and I didn't realize it. I'm going through the shit that I'm going through, and I'm fighting. But I'm also drowning in emotions, because I'm letting my thoughts get the best of me, right? All the negativity, all the negative thoughts, just fucking drowning in them. Drowning in my relationship, because the outside circumstances I'm allowing to interfere with the man that I love. I'm allowing our problems, our issues on the outside to come in between us and cause distance. I'm pointing blame, I'm projecting, just allowing the chaos to spin out of control. Tornado, hurricane, tsunami, all the motherfucking above. And it was wild. It was a wild ride. And I may go into deeper details later on in an episode of what I truly went through while being pregnant and just my experience in Texas. But for now, just know it was a year of change. It tested me on every level. And like I said earlier, every fear, I felt like every fucking fear that I had or that I may have thought about came to life. And I was presented with all of them at once. It's kind of like having all your skeletons in the closet come alive and, attack you at once. And it's like, what the fuck, So, while it was a very beautiful experience, it was also one of the most challenging years of my life. And I look back now and I'm like, yeah, baby, I made it through. I fucking made it, right? Made it. And I learned so much. I gained so much respect for myself and just for life in general. I gained respect for my partner as well through everything, once I processed everything. And, began to see things differently. And it's like, all right, you know what, change? I don't want issues no more. We can be besties, okay? Listen, we can be besties. Because when I try to deny you, you become like a crazy stalker, and I don't have time for that. You know, you out here trying to mess up my life. Let me stop. No, but it can feel like that, though. It can feel like change is trying to mess up your life, but really it's trying to put you on a different path. It's trying to get you closer to what you desire. But like I said, oftentimes we'd rather be comfortable than accept the change that's going to put us where we need to be or where we want to be. You know, a lot of times we become stagnant because we won't take the next step. We won't take that leap of faith. We become stagnant in business, right? Because the next step requires you to be someone totally different. The next step requires you basically walking blind into the unknown, uncertainty. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if you're going to make money. You don't know if you're going to lose money. You don't know if people are going to buy your stuff. You don't know. Like, you just don't know, right? And you'd rather just stay small and stay doing what you've been doing. And boom, since you won't change now, your sales begin to decrease, your clients begin to decrease, you're not making as much money, something goes wrong, and now you got to put out more money, right? Because change is coming like, nah, I'm trying to get you up there in the big league, I'm trying to get you to get 6 figures, and you want to stay on this one little level. You deserve more, you are worthy of more. Embrace change. I just, when I sit here and I reflect on everything that I experienced in 2023, I'm forever grateful. I'm grateful for the way change showed up. And I can truly say that now and mean it. Of course, I wasn't grateful when I was going through it, but I can sit here and I look back and I'm just like, wow. On so many levels, it's like you never expect to go through certain things. You'll see other people go through things, but you don't think it can happen to you until it does. And now you're faced with trying to figure it out. Life has a way of really sitting you on your ass. And yeah, it's a beautiful year. It's the most challenging year. Exhausting, tiring, just tested everything like I said, everything I told myself I had overcome or worked on shadow-wise was thrown at me. And I honestly felt like there was this energy or this spirit or the ancestors was like, nah, you gotta go get out of Texas. That's what it felt like. It felt like I was literally being kicked out of Texas. It was just one thing happening after the other, and I couldn't put the puzzle pieces together while they were happening. I was so confused. But a big part of it, honestly, was, like I said, just drowning in my emotions, not being able to see, not being able to get that clarity because I was so caught up on negativity that I couldn't see my next step. Change is beautiful. If you're going through something right now, just embrace the change, because I promise you the resistance is going to cause you to drown. Ride the waves, embrace the ebbs and flows, honor change. Life is always changing for the better, And sometimes it may not feel like it when you're going through it. When you're thick in it, it may not feel like it's for the better. But I promise you, once you get to the other side, it is. Or once you get to the top of that mountain, you'll see why you had to go through what you were going through. And I know that sounds cliche as fuck, because people will be like, oh, everything happens for a reason, and and I get it. You don't want to hear that shit when you're going through it. But it's facts, though. We experience things for a reason. And a lot of times the experiences that we go through, we place upon ourselves. Like I said, being resistant to change, we cause for life to shake shit up when we didn't really have to go through the chaos. We could have just fucking changed. We could have just made that move that we needed to make, but we didn't do it. So, if you are out there complacent, allow for change to come in. Because, at first it might just kiss you on the cheek, give you a soft, gentle caress. And then it's going to be like, you're not feeling that? Okay, bet, watch this. And then it's going to kick you in the ass, right? And then it's going to feel like it picked you up and rolled you down the mountain butt-ass naked. So, yeah. That's just my thoughts as far as change, complacency, stagnancy, whatever word you want to put there. And it comes with relationships too, you know, because we become so familiar in our pain or with our pain that we won't even change when it comes to letting go of people that no longer serve us. We hold on. And it's funny, right? Because look, we hold on to people hoping that they will change, right? We want the change then. We want to see the change then, right? Oh, they're going to change, blah, blah, blah. You know, grasping on that potential. We want the change then. However, we won't do what we need to do to not only change ourselves, but to change our relationships or to find a better relationship, to find a better person. Whatever the case may be, we won't make that step to change, but we want to see change happen. And it's like a catch-22. It's ironic, right? Like, what the fuck? So it's funny. Think about it. When you want change versus when change shows up and you become resistant towards it. It's like you've been asking for this. It's kind of like how when you're like, oh, I'm tired of my job. I don't want to work here. I don't want to be here no more. And then you get fired. It's like, well, you asked for change. Now we're releasing you. We're letting you go. You don't want to be here anymore. You're tired of this. Here's your change. Go find another job. You know, there's another position waiting for you elsewhere. You know what I mean? Or it's kind of like people who may complain about their car and now that shit broke down and they got to get a new one. Well, you wanted something different. Here's your change, right? You wanted a better car. We're trying to give you a better car. But it's like the process to get a better car is going to take a little bit of work, right? It may come with a little bit of pain, or it may come with a little bit of struggle or chaos, but there's change. And when you get through that, when you work through that, on the other end, you will see that, okay, I got a whole brand new vehicle out here in these streets, right? And so it becomes worth it. And so just be mindful of that and take a look at it. Like, when I'm asking for change, is this truly what I want? Because be mindful of what you ask for. You just might get it. 99% of the times you're going to get it, and it's probably not going to show up the way that you want it to, and it's probably not going to be as let's say 1, 2, 3 done as you want it to be, right? It may come with a little work. Sometimes you got to work for what you want, and it doesn't mean it has to be quote unquote extra hard work, but it may come with things needing to change within your life, things needing to change within yourself. Maybe you need to change your thoughts, your mindset, your energy. Maybe your spirit needs some loving and needs to be changed. Maybe your soul needs to be changed. Maybe you need to do things differently, right? But it's gonna come with some form of change. So just remember, life is what you make it. It really is. The choice is always yours. There's always options, right? You don't have to stay stuck. And you're never truly stuck, honestly. But you don't have to stay stuck. You don't have to stay complacent. You don't have to pretend to be comfortable in your discomfort. You don't have to hold on so tightly to what isn't good for you. Life can honestly be simple as fuck, even though we don't see it that way. And I think that's one of the issues, is that we don't see it that way, so we make it harder than what it needs to be. We tend to get in our own way, and then we blame others for that instead of taking accountability, right? Instead of realizing what we need to do, or could have done, or whatever the case may be, owning up to our shit and realizing that our life is the way it is because we're allowing it to be that way. We're not taking action, or we're not making the correct decisions for ourselves, right? And so one thing leads to another. It's a domino effect, always. To be defined by your current circumstances, because there's always a way out. Like I said, focus on the solutions and not the problems, because when you focus on the problems, I promise, that's all you see. They become more problems one after the other. They become so big to where you realize you're out here trying to battle problems instead of looking for solutions, right? A way to solve the problem. No, the problem becomes bigger than you at that point, because you're putting so much energy into it. You're giving it so much life that it's sucking the life out of you, and now you're exhausted, walking around like a zombie, right? Drenched in your problems instead of out here drenched in solutions. Like, okay, don't worry about that, I'll figure it out, right? But now we focus so heavily on the problems instead of the solutions. So be solution based. And just remember, the choice to remain stagnant or embrace change and begin really living life is up to you. You know, it's always on you. Nobody else. You. So you got to take accountability and responsibility for that and decide how you truly want to live. Are we just going to sit around complaining about what's not going right in your life, how you want things to be, how you wish things to be, how you're hoping for things to be, but never making any movement, never making any kind of change, never allowing change to even come in? You know, it's been knocking at your door forever, but you're not opening the door, right? You're holding on to all your problems. You're holding on to all the shit that you're used to being a certain way, that you won't even open your hand to receive a new blessing. You won't even open your hand to receive the manifestations that you've been asking for. You won't even open your hand so your prayers can be answered. Just think about that. Your life, your rules. So how you play them or get played by them, it's all on you, baby. Just remember that. 2024 has been beautiful. It's also another year of change because I'm a mom now. So my life is always going to be changing constantly, period. Like I just feel like there's never going to be a stagnant moment again, which I'm okay with. I may have some other areas of my life that can definitely use some change outside of, motherhood, as far as, me just tapping in more to using my gifts, because I've been a little stagnant with that. I haven't done readings or anything in quite some time, or as much as I would like to, I should say, and that's all on me, so there may be other areas that can use some cleaning up, some change, a breath of fresh air, But as far as just change always being up in my face every day, I face it every day with my beautiful little girl, right? She's 4 months and she's demanding, and we go through change every day. Every second of every day is different. But I'm loving it, It's like, I've been out here resistant to change. 2023 gave me change. I got a little girl now, and she changed, and, it's changing me, and it's like change. Hey, I'm here for it. I'm open to it. I embrace it. No longer resistant to it, I welcome in change, and I may not like how it shows up, but I welcome it in, and I'm here to experience, what I need to experience to get to where I need to be, and that's that, My life has shifted, my focus has shifted, it's all about baby girl now, and of course it's still about me too, because I gotta be good to make sure she good, but things have just shifted, my priorities are different now, but change is always gonna be lurking. It's always lurking. It's always tapping you on the shoulder. Like, hey, why don't we walk a different way today? You're like, nah, I know this way. I'm going to just go this way. But that new way could have been the way that you meet the love of your life. That new way could have been the way that you found a scratch off on the ground and won $20,000 off of it. That new way could have been the way that you met your new business partner, and now you opening up the businesses everywhere, making 6 figures or more. That new way could have been the way that you found the perfect spot that you've been looking for, whether it's a house, whether it's an apartment, whether it's a venue, whether it's, a vacant space that you can open your business that you've been wanting to do. You never know what the new way brings. You never know what change will bring you. So try walking a different way. Try something different. Embrace change purposely, with intent. Don't just allow it to come and fuck you up. No, purposely say, you know what, today I'm going to try something different. Today I'm going to walk a different way. Today I'm going to do things different. Today I'm going to wear something different. Allow it into your life. Embrace it. Love it. And let it love on you. Change is not bad. It's all about perspective. It's all about how you see it. It's all about how we embrace it. Perspective is everything. Well, that's all I have for y'all. I hope listening to this message, you allow change into your life with ease, and You know, you release so much control. You release the need to know. You release, you know, the need to just have everything in order. Because change don't care about order. It would come and fuck shit up, like I said. And even that's my perspective of saying fuck shit up, because it just feels like that when it happens. But I hope that, you know, you just are in a place of allowance, a place of receiving what comes your way, especially to get those blessings, those manifestations. Because, you know, it's kind of like wanting to have something new come into your life, but there's no space. There's no, you know, you got all this funky ass energy. The new energy, like, nah, chief, I ain't coming in there. It's kind of like cool at the party. Oh, this party is full of dustiness. This party is full of resistance. This party full of stubbornness. This party full of negativity. I don't want to go over there with them people. Right? So change is like, okay, I gotta come clean some shit up, because this new energy that you keep asking for, there ain't no space for it. It's being choked out by this old ass energy that you holding on to. So then it sends, you know, whatever element it chooses to come through your life, whether it's gonna be water to come and cleanse things out, whether it's gonna be fire to burn shit down, whether it's gonna be a big ass gust of wind, blow things over, you know, whatever it may be. Or maybe it's some quicksand to get you to sit on your ass and you can't move, right? Or hell, sometimes it's all of them. It's all the elements coming into play. That's when shit get real. Oh my goodness. But anyway, that's all I have for y'all. May you embrace change, and may you love on yourself, and may life be all that you desire it to be and more, because you are deserving and you are worthy. I love y'all. As always, thank you for listening. And another episode will be coming soon. I do this as I can, you know. As you can see, it's really, well, you can't see. It is currently 4:38 a.m. Baby girl is sleeping. She'll be waking up to eat soon. So I'm going to go ahead and end this and go be mommy. So, you know, just hang in there with me. And when I find the groove and being able to spit out these episodes left and right, they'll be here for y'all to listen to, for y'all to journey with me and reflect with me and just have fun and a good time with me. You know, shoot the shit with me. Even though I can't hear y'all thoughts, it's cool. You know, telepathy going on, it's all good. Nah, but, you know, y'all can always leave me a message too. There's a way to leave a message that I can hear it. And I can either add y'all message to my episode, or I can simply just respond to it and answer it. And there's also a way to respond, because I put a question with every episode that says, how did you like this episode? So y'all can always leave y'all thoughts, whether it's through writing or your beautiful voices. It's up to y'all. Or y'all can just sit here and just let me do all the talking. I'm cool either way, because, you know, I can talk for forever. Y'all already know that. I got like episodes that's like an hour and something long. But anyway, I'm rambling. So I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. I'm grateful for y'all. Have a beautiful fucking day, night, evening, wherever you are in the world. Much love. Peace.